Ezekiel 45. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is short for Yahweh, YahWeh, Yod-He, Vav-He. There's no difference. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. And Yah is an extremely jealous El. He doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. The letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity more than 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua. Ezekiel 45. And when you divide the land by lot into inheritance, offer a contribution to Yahweh, a set-apart portion of the land in length 25,000 cubits long, and in width 10,000, this being set apart throughout its border all around. Of this a square plot is to be for the set-apart place, 500 by 500, with 50 cubits around it for an open space. And from this measure you are to measure 25,000 cubits long and 10,000 wide, and in it is to be the set-apart place, the most set-apart place. I never thought two-letter words would be so hard to say. This is to be a set-apart portion of the land belonging to the priests, the attendants of the set-apart place, who draw near to serve Yahweh, and it shall be a place for their houses and set-apart ground for the set-apart place, and 25,000 cubits in length and 10,000 in width is for the Levites, the attendants of the house, for them for a possession 20 rooms, and give the city as possession 5,000 cubits wide and 25,000 long, beside the contribution of the set-apart portion. It belongs to all the house of Israel, and the prince is to have a portion on one side and the other of the set-apart contribution and of the possession of the city, and bordering on the set-apart contribution and the possession of the city on the west side westward, on the west side westward, and on the east side eastward, and the length alongside one of the portions from the west border to the east border of the land. This is his possession in Israel, and my princes shall no longer oppress my people, and they shall give the land to the house of Israel according to their tribes. Thus said the Master Yahweh, enough, you princes of Israel, put away violence and plundering, and do right ruling and righteousness, and stop your evictions of my people, declares the Master Yahweh. Have right scales and a right ephah, E with a half a check mark, PHAH, and a right bath. Let the ephah and the bath be of the same measure, so that the bath contains 1/10 of a homer, H with a dot, OMER. These are all measurements right now. And the ephah 1/10 of a homer, let their measure be according to the homer. And the shekel is 20 gerahs, GE with a half a check mark, RAHS. Your mina, MINA, is 20 shekels, 25 shekels, 15 shekels. This is the contribution which you present. You shall give 1/6 of an ephah from a homer of wheat, and 1/6 of an ephah from a homer of barley. And the law concerning oil, the bath of oil, is 1/10 of a bath from a kor, K-O-R. Kor and ephah are the same. I checked out the measurements; they're exactly the same. They obviously have two different purposes. One's got to be for dry things, and one's got to be for wet things, maybe. I don't know. A kor is a homer Oh, yeah, not an ephah. Sorry, a kor and a homer are the same. A kor is a homer, or 10 baths. For 10 baths are a homer, and one lamb from a flock, from 200 from the watered pastures of Israel, for grain offerings, and for an ascending offering, and for peace offerings, and to make atonement for them, declares the Master Yahweh. All the people of the land are to give this contribution to the prince in Israel, and on the prince are the ascending offerings, and the grain offerings, and drink offerings at the festival, the new moons, the Sabbaths, in all the appointed times of the house of Israel. He is to prepare the sin offering, and the grain offering, and the ascending offering, and the peace offerings, to make atonement for the house of Israel. Thus said the Master Yahweh, in the first month, on the first of the new moon, you are to take a young bull, a perfect one, and shall cleanse the set apart place. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the sin offering, and put it on the doorposts of the house, on the four corners of the ledge of the slaughter place, and on the posts of the gate of the inner courtyard, and do the same on the 7th of the new moon, for anyone who makes a mistake or is foolish. And you shall make atonement for the house. In the first month, on the 14th day of the new moon, you have Pesach, Passover. So the first month, on the 14th day of the new moon. So the new moon is the month. So each new moon is a new month. So the first month, so the first new moon, on the 14th day, you have Passover. A festival of 7 days, unleavened bread is eaten. I still haven't made unleavened bread yet, ever. In fact, I've never made bread in my life. In fact, I think I've only ever seen it get done once or twice out in Vulcan. Good times. Anyways. And on that day the prince shall prepare for himself and for all the people of the land a bull for a sin offering. And during the 7 days of the festival he prepares an ascending offering to Yahweh, 7 bulls and 7 rams, perfect ones, daily for 7 days, and a male goat daily for a sin offering. And he prepares a grain offering of 1 ephah for each bull, and 1 ephah for each ram, together with a hin of oil for each ephah. In the 7th month of the 15th day of the new moon at the festival he prepares like these 7 days, as the sin offering, as the ascending offering, as the grain offering, and as the oil.